This is Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Tim Hortons Field, the site for Game 6 of the 14-game season for Hamilton, getting close to that midway point. The Tiger Cats sitting at 2-3. Already as many losses as they had in all of the 19 regular season. I'm RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. In Calgary, they've been inconsistent this year. 2-4 record. They've won 11 of the last 12 meetings against Hamilton. Luke, the big news coming into this game is David Watford is the starting quarterback for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. You were a receiver. What's it like to have a different quarterback 3 times in the first 6 games?
A lot of challenge for David and for the offense for the Ticats tonight. Not easy to take over on a season like this. Dane Evans got the chance to take over last year when Jeremiah Mazzoli went out for the season with an injury. In that case, Dane took over a team that was playing very well at the time. Very different. David Watford comes in tonight for the Ticats, who are trying to establish themselves. Different from years past, Calgary is also trying to establish themselves. They indeed have a harder path to the Grey Cup as it stands right now than do the Ticats. That said, they're coming off a nice win against Edmonton in their back-to-back, and Hamilton had a shaky performance in Toronto that they're trying to make right tonight. So there is a lot of adversity out there to overcome for both teams, but going to be an exciting one. It is a beautiful night here in Hamilton for football, and the stadium looks great. The helmets are shining. It's an exciting night here.
Back in Hamilton, Game 6 of the regular season for the Tiger Cats. The Calgary Stampeders are hitting their midway point of the regular season tonight, and like so many teams, except for really Winnipeg, when you look at all the CFL, every other team struggling with inconsistencies, probably not exactly where they want to be. So it's a big game tonight. The Stampeders have been good against the Tiger Cats, winning 11 of their last 12, but we know the Tiger Cats at Tim Hortons Field are unbeatable. They've won 10 straight regular season games. They got to keep that going tonight, Luke.
Yeah, and that's the past, right? And Orlando Steinhauer continues to say, this is not the Ticats from years past. This is not the Stampeders from years past. It's a new year. It's been a hiatus in football for so many months prior to this season. It's a 14-game season. Everything is different. So tonight's story, I don't think, will be painted by any of the past successes or hardships the Tiger Cats have had. There's just going to be a lot of things to overcome in this game. They've got to maintain ball security in the first quarter here. If that starts getting out of control early, this is going to be a very, very hard game for the Ticats to win. If they can keep the ball in their hands, keep the time of possession in their favor, and be out there long enough, things are gonna break. But it won't happen quickly or easily. It's going to take a second to get in the groove. I'm going to imagine, and Calgary is coming off of they're on an upswing here, right? They had a tough start to the season, but I think we're going to see Bo Levi Mitchell playing well compared to some of the early hardships he experienced.
Stampeders won the toss. They will receive. These two teams opposite in the sense Hamilton has played 4 road games already. Calgary's played 4 home games. So Hamilton's by far played the most road games. To put the short season into perspective, Tiger Cats have just 3 road games remaining.
Isn't that crazy?
One in Ottawa, one in Toronto, so those are reasonable. And the longest one left is in Edmonton.
Really something. And this time next week, they're going to be halfway done with their season as far as the schedule goes. Calgary will be that way in a few hours from now, halfway through on the way to the playoffs. It's just a very, very different year. It doesn't feel like the CFL, and especially the years where the full 18-game schedule and 3 bye weeks, the season takes forever. And that's just how the CFL is. And this year it's things are going to take shape much more quickly than they have in years past. Tonight, and every game is going to be weighted a little bit heavier in that search for playoff berth.
So the Stampeders will receive in this all-important game where that 3rd win is up for grabs. One of these teams will get it. That would put the Tiger Cats back to 500, and it would get the Stampeders a little closer to 500. And into kickoff will be Taylor Bertolette. Michael Damagala will be the punter for tonight's game. And Joel Whitford, who got injured in warm-ups last Friday, is still sidelined. So the Tiger Cats not showing too much on this opening kickoff. They're all lined up behind Bertolette.
Jeff Reinbold keeping his cards close to the vest here as we wait for the pregame clock to tick down. Andy Fantuz, one of the keys to the game was the physicality. Right on the opening kickoff, he wanted to see it, and I love that is certainly something that Jeff Reinbold coaches up and maintains as an important part of the special teams approach to every game. This opening kickoff, guys got to run, and he says it a little bit differently, and I won't say it on radio, but guys got to run downfield.
Bertolette has taken a couple of runs at the football, and we're almost set to go. You talked about turnovers. The two games where the Tiger Cats have not turned the ball over, they've won. If they've had a turnover, they've lost. About to set to get underway. First game under the lights at Tim Hortons Field in the 2021 season. Tiger Cats trying to get back to 500 after a loss to Toronto last Friday. And this game is underway. Bertolette kicks off, and it bounces and hit the shins of Dan Williams. And he didn't even get hands on that football, and it went out of bounds at the Calgary 7. So the Stampeders are going to start deep in their own zone to begin this football game.
Yeah, that works out. Not a bad play there. Bertolette gets a lucky bounce, but a great kick as well. And anytime you can keep it out of the return man's hands, let it hit the ground back there. Sometimes some awkward things happen. Great starting place here for the Hamilton defense.
Well, this will be a big matchup to watch in this football game. Calgary's offense, they have 3 of the top 6 receivers, including the leading receiver in Kamar Jordan. He's number 88. Stampeders red pants, white tops, and throwing right away. And Kamar Jordan is involved up past the 25, maybe to the 26, but it is an early first down, and that combination of Bo Levi Mitchell and Kamar Jordan dangerous early.
Yeah, nice easy 19-yard gain there. Bo Levi Mitchell barely had that ball in his hands for a second, turned to his right and threw it over top of a blitzing linebacker from the Ticats defense. Easy gain for 19.
First down, ball on the Calgary 26, middle of the field, and it's a handoff to Kadeem Carey, and he's caught in midair right at the line by Jagarrett Davis. And the Stampeders were talking about Jagarrett Davis, the former Stamp, how tough he is, and that's making a statement early.
There's never been a gamer like Jagarrett Davis, and I'm talking about a guy who you don't expect it from maybe how you watch him on the field during practice, and he shows up, and that's a huge tackle on the second play of the game tonight.
So it's a loss of 2 now on the 28. Bo Levi Mitchell passing, it's completed, and it's Colton Hunchak with the catch, and that'll move the sticks again. So another first down for Calgary.
Impressive passing approach here by the Stampeders early on, and that was not an easy catch and run. And that was Stampeders receiver there, Hanchuk, made a great little catch in traffic to turn up and get the first down.
Calgary started this drive on their own 7. 3 plays later, they're on their own 38. Another first down. Bo Levi Mitchell alone, and the pass is tipped. That was Cameron Kelly, the linebacker, getting in there for Hamilton, getting a hand on it, and it goes incomplete.
Aggressive play. We saw the Ticats defense do this a little bit last week. Calgary's approaching midfield, the midfield mark here, and Hamilton went cover 0 and brought an enormous blitz there. Bo Levi saw it, got the ball off, but there looked like 1,000 bodies in the line of scrimmage there, and somebody at least got a hand on it.
Second and 10. Ball on the Calgary 38. Bo Levi Mitchell takes the snap. He drops back, looking up the middle, dumps it off again to Colton Hunchak, and he's surrounded by the Secondary, Ciante Evans, Cameron Kelly was there, Simone Lawrence brought an end to it, and the Stampeders, despite an admirable effort, starting on their 7, they will have to punt on the first possession of the game.
So it is a stop. You want points on every drive. That's the offensive goal, but for the Stampeders, that was actually a pretty successful offensive drive. To start the game off on your own 7-yard line is not easy. They have a chance to pin this pretty deep here.
Cody Grace, the punter for the Stampeders, and Frankie Williams is back. He's coming in, and it's a short punt, lets it bounce a couple of times, has some blocks, gets to the far side, running to his right, and the Stampeders are going to chase him out of bounds at about the 27-yard line, it looks like. Back at Tim Hortons Field, no score between the Stampeders and the Tiger Cats. Stampeders' first possession, they moved the ball pretty well, started on their own 7, got it close to their own 40, and now it's David Watford, his first start for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. There's no Sean Thomas Erlington, Jackson Bennett in the backfield. He's had a carry for -2 yards, and the handoff goes to Pappy White, the receiver. We might see a lot of that from the Tiger Cats, and he gets it up to about the 35.
Yeah,
close to the first down.
2nd and 2, yeah. Nice little run there. We have seen receivers get involved in the run game, I think, more than any year I've been around the Tiger. I mean, we've seen it a lot this whole season. Great first play of the game there for a quick 8 yards.
Ball on the Hamilton 35. David Watford directing traffic with his arms, taps his foot, and the ball is handed off again. This time it's Jackson Bennett, but that wasn't fooling the Stampeders. They were right there. The 10-year veteran Sean Lemon brings him down, and it's a minimal gain or a loss for the Tiger Cats, and it looks like a quick 2 and out.
Yeah, disappointing second play there. And I got to say, things did look a little different in the game with David Watford. Only 2 plays in. We're going to have to wait and see how this goes. But the formations were not, as we've seen them this year, a quick snap for the punt.
Michael Domagala, the punter. Oh, it's bobbled by the Stampeders, and a scramble for the ball. Tiger Cats are saying they have it. The ball is sitting at the Calgary 45, and we'll wait for the officials. But the Tiger Cats out there seem convinced they've got the football. And yes, the Tiger Cats have recovered it. And it's Gordon White, the long snapper, the rookie, who had the football and is celebrating. So the football was bobbled by Richard Leonard, and the Tiger Cats jumped on it, and they go right back to offense. How about that, Luke?
Unbelievable. I'm not going to be surprised if we see a challenge on a no yards infraction here. The ball went directly off of the returner's face mask. Interesting turn here. We're going to see David Watford quick again.
Okay, at this point, it looks like the Tiger Cats will start on the Calgary 45. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
The only way to guarantee your spot at the 108th Grey Cup game in Hamilton is to be a 2021 Ticats season seat holder. Season ticket holders enjoy up to 15% savings on their Grey Cup seats, plus first access to 2021 Grey Cup Festival event tickets. Learn more at ticats.ca/Grey Cup.
The inhabitants of Earth are slowly getting back to normal. But what's this? The humans have accumulated so much that, my gosh, they've run out of space.
Make space with Access Storage. Affordable storage solutions and over 100 convenient locations in Ontario. Store belongings you love and need extra space for. Details at accessstorage.ca. Access Storage, proud partner of the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
You're listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Back at Tim Hortons Field, the Tiger Cats in great position after Richard Leonard bobbled the punt from Michael Domagala, and it was recovered by Gordon White of the Tiger Cats. And it's been tough for the Stampeders, their return game. Malik Henry's hurt. They had Josh Huff doing it a lot against Edmonton, and he got a little bit banged up. He was a game-time decision. Looks like he is in, but Leonard bobbles that one. The Tiger Cats in a great position to get the first score of the game. Starting on the Calgary 45. David Watford in there at quarterback. It's play action and a quick pass. It's caught by Tim White, and he tried to sidestep a couple of tackles. Didn't get much on the play. It was a short pass, so he tried to make something after the catch.
I like the call. They had the numbers there. The Ticats motioned to quads to the left, which was the short side of the field, and they threw a quick wide receiver screen. The numbers worked. You had enough wide receivers out there blocking downfield, but it is always a very, very difficult play. With bodies moving in the open field, it's hard to secure a block like that on an athletic defensive back when you can't see your own teammate with the ball. Quads to the field this time.
2nd and 8 from the Calgary 43. Watford step back to pass. Now he's going to keep it, and the Stampeders get to him at the 40, so he will be short of the first down. He was tackled by Jameer Thurman. And are we in field goal range? We should be.
Yeah, this would be something like a 47-yarder. We're going to see more of that tonight. David Watford, that was a called quarterback draw up the middle. And to be honest, it actually looked really great off the snap. I think we're going to see that called a couple more times.
You're right, Luke, 47 yards. Taylor Bertolette, he's 0 for 2 on the season. This is his shortest chance, though. The others were 50 and 55 that he missed. Can he hit from 47 to open the scoring in this football game? The kick is good. Taylor Bertolette's first field goal. Back to Tim Hortons Field. Beautiful evening for football. RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker. 8:37 to go in the first quarter, and the Tiger Cats lead 3-0. Calgary starting on their own 35. That's the best scenario for them so far. They started on their 7 in the first possession, fumbled a punt, and now it's a handoff to Kareem Carey, who's able to get it up to the 40-yard line. It's about halfway to the first down, maybe 6 yards to go.
Two tough drives for the Hamilton offense to start off here with a 2-and-out and a 2-and-out, but that turnover and a drive starting across the 50 changes field position, put 3 points on the board. Not a lot of production yet, but as a team, maintaining a winning position so far.
Calgary has not led after the first quarter this season. This is their 7th game. Bo Levi Mitchell passing to his left, looking for his favorite target and the leading receiver in the league, Kamar Jordan. But that's incomplete. Good coverage. Ball was out of the reach of Jordan, and now Calgary's going to have to punt.
Yeah, nothing going there. Tunde Adeleke was tight in coverage as well, and I've said it before on our broadcast this season. RJ, he takes out space very quickly. Ball really was almost a throwaway there for Levi Mitchell.
So a quick possession for the Stampeders. They haven't been able to get much going so far. The punt to Frankie Williams. Again, a short one. He let it bounce. It got into his feet. Now this is big trouble. Ball is loose. It goes out of bounds right at the Hamilton sideline. And they're going to talk about who touched this ball last. Is that how the possession's going to be determined? And it's Calgary.
Calgary's ball.
Calgary's ball inside the 15. Well, at the sidelines is Rob Hitchcock, and you were front row view for that one. That is a terrible result for the Tiger Cats, Rob.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look good. He did touch it a little bit, and I think Calgary got their hand on it to go out of bounds. But real quick, guys, we were just talking to Dave Dickinson, Coach Dickinson, before the game, and he said it's crucial for these guys to come out. They're not used to being in the basement of the West, and heard the defensive guys here in Hamilton say the exact opposite. We're ready for these guys and ready to go. So hopefully we'll see what happens here.
All right, Rob Hitchcock. Hamilton Tiger Cats great. He'll be down on the sidelines all game long, and we're getting another look at it, Luke, and it's, boy, they'll have to, that's a tough one to say. It's Calgary ball.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Live, to be honest, I was worried about it. I'm not surprised at this call, and I'm not going to be surprised if it stands. But really, really sloppy game so far.
Yes.
2 muffed punts that have both been turned over. If this stands, we've got 2-and-outs. I mean, it's, both teams, somebody's got to take this thing over. And if this so happens that the call stands, it'll be Calgary the first down near the Hamilton 10-yard line.
So Frankie Williams, he was reaching for the ball with Ramon Richards, and they kind of went to the ground together. The ball really accelerated out of that pile of the two of them and shot out of bounds about 8 yards closer to the Hamilton end zone. Question is, who was the last to touch it? And it looks like it was Calgary. So the Stampeders in terrific field position to at least tie this game. Tiger Cats leading 3-0. Calgary starting on the Tiger Cats 24-yard line. Those turnovers, you've talked about it.
Before going out of bounds, it will be first down Calgary.
Right.
So there's the
last
announcement.
touch, right?
Yep.
Not where the ball goes out of bounds, but at the last touch, which is the 24.
Right. So Calgary in a great spot, starting on the Hamilton 24. Empty backfield, Bo Levi Mitchell calmly in the pocket, and it is tipped by Simone Lawrence. The intended receiver was Kamar Jordan, and the Tiger Cats have done a pretty good job on him so far. That's a big play by Lawrence.
Love this defense. They showed a really flat top. What looked like it probably could have turned into cover 0 very quickly, and they dropped everybody out. Simone Lawrence was close to getting both hands on that ball, but I'm not certain Bo Levi Mitchell still wasn't feeling that blitz that showed early on. Great first down for the Ticats defense there.
5 receivers set for the Ticats. 3 receivers to the field side. Bo Levi Mitchell passing again. Going up the middle again. Oh, very nearly picked off by the Tiger Cats. It was tipped. It looked like Cameron Kelly was there. Jovan Santos Knox. And great defense by the Tiger Cats to get a 2-and-out and force the Stampeders into a field goal.
If they're going to get a hand on every ball thrown by Bo Levi Mitchell, that's a lot of those are going to go the right way for the Ticats. But excellent job holding him to a field goal here, and what a 37-yarder. I mean, it's no gimme, but great drive there by the Ticats defense.
Rene Paredes, he is perfect from inside the 40 this year, and he remains perfect at his 21st field goal of the season. So he has been putting up a ton of points for the Stampeders, and that looked like it was probably the best case scenario if the Hamilton defense couldn't get a turnover, force the Stampeders to just that field goal, and now this game is tied at 3.
Yeah, it's 0-0 now. I mean, and it's been really a lot of very costly mistakes. And before we went to break on this, after the last Ticats drive, you know, it's part of the Ticats DNA. They want to drive across the 50-yard line, the 55-yard line each game for their offense, and they want to win the turnover ratio. And to get both of those at once, it's great, except for the very next drive, you hand both of those stats back to Calgary. It's 0-0. It's a straight, even, clean game right now, and we're going to see what happens in the second half of the first quarter if one team is going to start to take this over.
Yeah, and that was very un-Frankie Williams-like. Cody Grace, couple of short punts, and once that football lands on the ground, you just never know where it's going to bounce.
It did. It came in hot, too.
It did.
It took an awkward bounce towards his shins. It's hard to field that correctly. Yeah, unusual for Frankie, and I wonder if we're going to see him start sprinting up to catch these clean out of the air a little more tonight.
Just looking down at the Hamilton sideline, I don't know if you're listening, Hitch, but it looks like Jeremiah Masoli is throwing a ball down there.
Yeah, he is. He's throwing a couple, and I haven't heard anything or have seen too much action, but it does look like he is throwing it right now.
Okay, so at the very least, staying loose down there. Calgary kicking off after the field goal that has tied the game. Still first quarter. Ball securely in the hands of Frankie Williams. Heading up the middle in the Stampeders. Brandon Dozier right there to stop Frankie Williams at the Hamilton 25-yard line.
Nice kick there by Paredes. It really took Frankie Williams deep into the Ticat end to field that. Kind of caught the ball and was too deep behind that second wave of Ticat blockers. Really, he got up to the 20-yard line and saw nothing but red there. Really just a strong kick. Ticats are going to start here on their 26-yard line.
Not much going for offense for either team. 54 total combined net yards. Couple of fumbles in there. All 6 points have been off turnovers. Hand off again to Pappy White. He'll bring this across the 30 to the 33 and maybe 3 yards short of the first down.
So you notice the difference between these the two wide receiver handoffs that we've seen tonight. Pappy White on both of the handoffs has gotten the ball very, very quickly. They're not wasting time in the backfield with these crossing motions. I think it's going to help David Watford out if we keep seeing play calling like that. That's a quick, easy decision.
Hamilton on their own 33. It's 2nd and 3. David Watford hands off to Jackson Bennett, and he will get across the 40. That'll be enough for the first down.
First time they've moved the sticks tonight. Nice and relaxed, quick decision plays, getting the ball out of the backfield in somebody's hands right away. First downs just help a young quarterback settle down. When you get a little breath of fresh air and a fresh set of downs to reestablish, that's the first time we've been able to see the offense in rhythm yet.
Now on their own 43. Fresh set of downs for David Watford. Another handoff to Jackson Bennett, goes up the middle, makes a spin move, and he's tackled right on the Tim Hortons logo near the 50-yard line of the Tiger Cats. Gain of 7 for the Tiger Cats. 2nd and 3. Tiger Cats ready to go again. Watford under center. He rolls out, running to his right. Short pass. It's complete to Jalen Anklin. He is into Stampeder territory near the 45.
I'm going to see here if they set up quick here, RJ. They went no huddle on that 2nd and 5. Now they're going to gather together. I love that play call right there. Jackson Bennett had 2 runs in a row, and they were productive. So we were in Ticats had 2nd and 5 or so, and they brought a 3-receiver set in. Play action, rolled him out of the pocket, and Watford had time and was moving, being able to look downfield. Really liked the play call by Tommy Condell.
Now on the Calgary 47. David Watford has Pappy White run in front of him. It's another short pass. It is complete, and getting close to the 40 is Tim White.
You're getting a sense for what they've got drawn up here for Watford. This drive is moving quickly. They're getting out of the huddle quick. They're getting up to the ball quick, and the plays are firing off. And then Watford has his options right away, and he's seeing it and making it work. Hard for a defense to keep up at a pace like this.
Now on the Calgary 42, it's 2nd and 5. Likely within field goal range or getting close. Watford takes a look to his left, and oh boy, that was some confusion by the Tiger Cats, and it's going to wind up being a loss. It was Pappy White and Tim White running into each other right in front of David Watford. He had to hang on to that football, and Tiger Cats are pushed back to the Calgary 50.
That sounds like a comedy skit or something. White and White ran into each other. There was confusion before something was off there. A little bit of a miscommunication in the huddle, I imagine, but now it's 3rd and 12 on the Calgary 49. Chance to flip the field.
Michael Domagala into punt, standing on his own 47-yard line. Back to receive for Calgary. It's Markeith Ambles, one of the top receivers, and he is tackled immediately. The Tiger Cats got down there in a hurry, and that special teams, Kyle Wilson, was right there and did not give Markeith Ambles any time to make a run on that punt.
Really, really solid coverage there. Now Calgary has a chance from their own 19 to piece something together. There was some promise on that offensive drive from Hamilton. Kind of ended in an awkward little sputter there with what was clearly a miscommunication, but loved the rhythm, and I loved that Tommy Condell was clearly helping David Watford out and giving him some answers and some quick decisions to make.
Under the lights at Tim Hortons Field, 2 minutes to go, opening quarter. Game is tied at 3. Stampeders starting on their own 19, and it's a quick pass to Josh Huff, and he's in that mix, one of the leading receivers in the league, and he will get about 4 yards, maybe 5 on that play. Ball on the Calgary 23. Getting close to the end of the first quarter. Calgary has not led at the end of the first quarter, and they are 2nd and 6. So another 2nd and long situation for the Stampeders. Bo Levi Mitchell. No step back. It's a quick throw. Colton Hunchak makes the reception, and he's up to the 35. That is a first down for the Stampeders.
Nice delivery by Bo Levi Mitchell. They had trips to his right. Ball was in the center of the field there, and the Ticats came out in 2-man. So very, very aggressive pass defense. The only matchup that wasn't pressed up was, of course, Cameron Kelly. And that's exactly what Bo Levi Mitchell finds for the hitch and a first down. Really nice play there by a veteran quarterback.
All three linebackers in on that tackle. Now Calgary up to their own 35. Not much time to go in the first quarter. It's play action. The pass goes to Jordan, and he will get it past the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 3 on the play. Kamar Jordan, the leading receiver in the league. Stampeders are trying to get him established tonight.
It takes a lot of time to get a bubble throw out to the right. Downfield, the ball's still in the backfield when the receiver catches it. There's just a lot going on. Like I've said, Tunde Adeleke closes that distance so well. Really actually impressive 4-yard gain because initial contact was made at the line of scrimmage there.
2nd and 7 for the Stampeders. Bo Levi Mitchell only a couple of steps back, stays in the pocket, and that ball is knocked down. Looked like Julian Hauser right in front of Bo Levi Mitchell. A big defensive play. The Tiger Cats have been able to knock down a lot of the Bo Levi Mitchell passes, and a low-scoring first quarter, tied at 3 between the Stampeders and the Tiger Cats. Start of the second quarter, Stampeders punting. Frankie Williams catches it at his own 20, and then he was surrounded by the red and white of the Stampeders special teams and maybe got a yard or 2 on that return.
It's like we've seen the same drive over and over again tonight. You know, apart from the turnovers, which both turned into a field goal, we've seen a play here or 2, but a drive that sputters out prior to midfield and a punt deep into their end. So now the Hamilton has a chance to break the mold and a 90-yard field to go here.
David Watford still in at quarterback, and he's 3 for 3. A lot of short passes. This is Malik Irons. His first carry of the season, and he gets it up to the 25. Looks like that'll be a gain of 3.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how the Hamilton offense is already noticeably different. The way that the play call is happening, the way that it looks with Watford in there, certainly a run approach tonight. The passing attempts have been quick and have gotten Watford out of the pocket. We've seen a number of players already carry the ball,
including David Watford, Pappy White a couple of times, Malik Irons, Jackson Bennett. This time looks like Watford back to pass. He'll take a couple of steps, shovels it to Tim White, and it will be close to the first down.
And I saw what Watford saw, which was not much. There was really not much developing downfield, and it was a creative little play out there. He flipped the ball to White, who was almost able to stay on his feet for the first, but 3rd and 2nd on your own 30 is no chance to risk it here. And again, we're going to see the same end of this drive as we've seen already in the first many times.
You talk about it, Luke. Field position. Michael Damagala on his own 16-yard line, punting. We're early second quarter. High snap. He's able to haul it in. Damagala's punt. It's a good one, sending Markeith Ambles back to his own 25. And now the coverage team getting down there, and Ambles will get past the 35, maybe to the 36. But that was a great punt from Michael Damagala to put the Stampeders in a lot worse field position than they thought they'd be. A 54-yard punt. This game is tied at 3. Second quarter, Tim Hortons Field. Tiger Cats 10-game winning streak in the regular season on their home field. I'm RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. Not a lot of offense to call in this game. Each team has a field goal off a turnover, and Calgary starting on their own 36. A good punt by Michael Damagala helped the field position here, and the defense has been rock solid for the Tiger Cats, but now the running game trying to get going for the Stampeders. Kadeem Carey will take it across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and it will be second and about 3 yards.
Nice, very, very efficient run. I love to see these running backs hitting the line of scrimmage very quickly after the ball is snapped. Calgary is doing a great job of that right now. 2nd and 3, you can deal with that for an entire game long as an offense, and we've seen a lot of 2nd and 5, 6, 7 tonight. Calgary maybe gaining a little momentum here.
Calgary on their own 43, need 3 yards for the first down. Another handoff to Carey, running to his right, and he's going to have the first down and more. He's across midfield into Hamilton territory. First down, Calgary.
Cameron Kelly coming from across the defensive formation to make that stop. To be honest, it looked like for a second there that was going to break for a big one. Cameron Kelly kind of laid out to get a hold of that tackle, but 2 big gains on the run for Calgary here.
Kadeem Carey 4 carries for 25 yards. Now in Hamilton territory, they're saying ball's right at midfield. It's a pass to Josh Huff, and that's caught, and now it's definitely into Tiger Cats territory on their 49, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
It's interesting, actually. The Calgary offense right now looks very similar to the Hamilton offense tonight. Bo Levi Mitchell is getting the ball out of his hands quick, on quick game, quick read, a few hitches we've seen, and then a few gashes in the run game as well. But both teams, in the little success they've had, they've really moved very efficiently down the field. We've just seen every drive sputter out thus far.
This Hamilton defense has been a rock for the Tiger Cats. 2nd and 4. Stampeders getting into Hamilton territory. Bo Levi Mitchell under pressure, shovels a pass off, and it goes incomplete. So that'll be it for the Stampeders. They'll have to punt again.
That was a unique throw. You don't see that a whole lot.
No.
Bo Levi Mitchell underhand, sort of like as if like a pitch, like with his thumb down, flipped the ball downfield. It was cover 0, full blitz man coverage. It was hard to even tell what direction he was throwing that in, and from our view, I'm just thinking you could be happy that wasn't an interception. Really an errant kind of throw.
Yeah, you're right. Running to his left and throwing the ball off to the side. So what else is new? It's a punt.
Here we go.
Frankie Williams back standing at his own 5-yard line. It's going to be another fairly short punt. Frankie Williams comes up to the 15, and he looks up, and not much room to work. The Stampeders cover team right there, and it appears the Tiger Cats will start at their own 17-yard line. Second quarter action. It's 3-all between the Tiger Cats and Stampeders on the Ticats Audio Network. Just over 10 minutes to go, second quarter. Tiger Cats and the Stampeders. Not a lot of scoring. Each team has a field goal, and the Tiger Cats, they have had trouble moving the ball on offense, as have the Stampeders, so the 2 defenses have been rock solid in this game so far. But Tiger Cats starting inside their own 20 on their own 17. David Watford looks to his right. Jackson Bennett's there. There's motion behind him, and it's Pappy White. And it's pitched to Pappy White. He'll get it up across the 20-yard line, and that will, Stampeders are trying to draw a penalty here, I think. But it will be at least 6 yards for the Tiger Cats here on second down. 7, they're calling it.
Pappy White didn't actually ever touch the ground there. That's why there was some confusion and some shoving after the whistle. But Ticats again find themselves with a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, something like that in their own end. Big mountain to climb here to get over these 2nd and 5 plays that they've had a couple times tonight.
No kidding, Luke. Can't rely on Michael Damagala for huge punts all the time. It's a handoff to Jackson Bennett. There's nothing there. Maybe got a yard on the play. So the Tiger Cats are going to have to punt again. And the crowd getting a little bit restless. They want to see a little more action here. But it's
little
the
skirmish,
punt team coming out.
A skirmish on the sidelines down there. Mike Rose with Calgary. And Murray of Hamilton, looks like they were in something of a scuffle on the Calgary sidelines. No flags thrown, and now Hamilton lines up to punt again.
Damagala on his own 6. This to Markeith Ambles, who's hovering around his own 50. Dances across the 50, tries to duck under a tackle. Doesn't get much past the 50. He'll be short of midfield, but it is good starting field position for the Stampeders. It's a 3-all football game, second quarter on the Ticats Audio Network. 8 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the half. Tiger Cats open the scoring off a fumbled punt. They get a field goal, and then the same scenario. Frankie Williams, he couldn't handle a low running punt that was rolling, and the Stampeders got good field position. They kicked a field goal, so it's 3-all. Getting close to the half, and Calgary in pretty good field position to begin this drive. They haven't had much going either. Bo Levi Mitchell, 7 for 13 in the game for 60 yards passing. They came in with 3 of the top 6 leading receivers in the CFL. Starting on their own 52, it's a handoff to Kadeem Carey, and he will get it across the 50, right near the original line of scrimmage, so not much of a gain there for the Stampeders.
Ted Laurent and Dylan Wynn stout on the interior there. It's kind of been a tale of 2 run defenses throughout the year. There's been some games where some teams have had some real success on the run game, and there's been a few nights this season where the Ticats defense, you couldn't run the ball or pass the ball. Didn't matter what you wanted to do. Tonight they've been stout as well.
Need a big stop here. 2nd and 10. Stampeders on their own 52. Bo Levi Mitchell passes. That's caught by Josh Huff, and he's stretching for the first down. We'll see where they spot this.
Close.
It'll be really close. So the Stampeders arguing about the spot. And it was actually Colton Hunchak who came up with that pass. And a great effort to try to dive for the first down. They're saying it's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it. Trying for the QB sneak here. I think at this point in the game, you got to. They're past midfield. It's really 3rd and less than 1. It's a good time for a sneak, and it's time for one of these 2 teams to do something to break this open.
No kidding. This is great field position for a team. And it looked like Jake Mayer who came in the short yardage, and initially looked like he might be stopped, but a second effort, and he should have enough for the first down. So Bo Levi Mitchell, who had that broken fibula, missed a few games. Mayer comes in for the short yardage, and it is a first down for Calgary. Now on the Hamilton 47. Ball on the far right hash. Colton Hunchak heading out wide. Bo Levi Mitchell, the quick pass. Josh Huff will catch that for a gain of about 5. He is up at the 43 now of the Tiger Cats. Getting close to field goal range.
For Bo Levi Mitchell, I don't mind seeing something like that. They don't have elaborate schemes drawn up right now. They're not really taking shots down the field, and when things aren't rolling, the worst thing you can do is force something as a quarterback. Right there, he scans the field. He has multiple hitches across his formation, and he finds the easiest one and goes.
So they said that was incomplete.
Oh, look at that.
Huff dove for it, but he did not come up with a catch cleanly. So it's 2nd and 10 on the Hamilton 47. Bo Levi Mitchell, there's another pass that is tipped by the Hamilton defensive line. It looked like Jagarrett Davis right there again. Huge defensive play after the Stampeders had good field position to start.
At this point, that's effectively a win for Calgary just in the field position battle, right? Points aside, because those are hard to come by tonight for either team. But field position, now they're punting from the Hamilton 48 or so. Great opportunity for them to flip the field and really pin Hamilton deep here.
Offenses, nothing happening in this football game in the first half. 3-all. Calgary punting. Frankie Williams hovering near his 10. He'll catch it at the 11, and he's forced out of bounds on the far side. Didn't have a lot of room to work. The cover team got down there, and it looks like the Tiger Cats will start from their own 16. So another tough field position to begin a drive for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, inside the 20, I'm telling you, it feels a little bit different when you're inside of your own 20 to take the field. You're just too close for comfort. all you're thinking here whenever you're backed up in your own end is one first down. Again, easier said than done tonight, but I don't think we're gonna see David Watford keep the ball in his hands for too long here, like we've seen tonight. I expect some quick game attack here. 3 receiver set to start here.
Tiger Cats on the far left hash. David Watford steps back. The throw, it's complete to Pappy White, and he'll have a gain of 4, maybe 5, depending on where they mark the forward progress.
Sure enough, they're going to max out the protection with a 3 receiver set. You can have 8 guys in the protection there. That's what they did, and Pappy White slipped out of the protection to the left. Nice and easy pass, but 2nd and 6 again at their own 20-yard line.
We've seen that before. Under 4.5 minutes to go in the half. 3-all. Tiger Cats need a first down. It's 2nd and 6. David Watford taps his foot. The motion starts for the receivers. Watford back to pass, and it's complete. Stephen Dunbar Jr., and he will be up to the 26, maybe the 27. He needed the 26 for the first down. It looks like the Tiger Cats have the first down, and they do.
Great job by Dunbar Jr. there. He caught the ball just shy of the first down marker and had 2 defenders for Calgary right around him, and instead of doing anything fancy, it looked to me like he realized that and put his shoulder down to ensure the first, because it would have been very, very close had he gotten tackled at the point of the catch.
Big first down for the Tiger Cats. Trying to make a drive late in the half. It's a quarterback keeper, David Watford, up past the 30 to the 31, maybe the 32, and it looks like a gain of 4 on the play.
Another 2nd and 6, unfortunately, but that first down, even if the Ticats are forced to punt before moving the chains again, that first down was crucial just because this game right now is hanging so much in the battle of field position here, and Calgary is creeping slowly and slowly, drive by drive, towards the Hamilton end. This first down would give a little bit more breathing room to the Ticats.
4 receivers to the left of Watford. There's another pass. He's 7 for 7 on passes. They've all been short, and this one is short of the first down. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's a loss on the play for the Tiger Cats, and they're going to have to kick again. Just under 3 minutes to go in the half, so we're at the 3-minute warning. Let's go down to the sidelines, and Rob Hitchcock. Hitch, not much for the offenses tonight. As a defensive guy, you must be loving it.
Yeah, it's sure. It's nice to see, good defense and good special teams, but if you came to watch a defense and special teams game tonight, you came to the right game, that's for sure. Both offenses clearly struggling. You see it on the faces as the Cats are coming off, but one positive thing here is you're seeing Watford on Coach Condell coming to talk to him after each play, and both Dane Evans and Mazzoli are both sitting right beside him as well, and just giving him that confidence and patting him on the back and saying, there's lots of game left. Let's just go out and clearly make some plays. And I think as a defensive player, I would go down the field. Like they haven't thrown the ball past, I think, 10 yards tonight. You can see Calgary's defense kind of cheating up a little bit because they know that he's not going to go downfield right away. So I think they should spark something here and throw one deep.
Awesome. Yeah, good thinking on that. Would you agree with that, Luke? After you lure the defense in, maybe if they get the ball back.
I think so. It's a good call, Hitch. We saw early on, or late in the first quarter, Watford was rolling to his right, made the throw for a completion, but there were some things developing deep downfield. If we can get some opportunities again for Watford to keep his eyes downfield, be able to see those guys that are breaking loose. Hitch said something really interesting there, and it's a cohesive quarterback room. It was the same mentality last year when Jeremiah Mazzoli became a mentor and sort of a second coach for Dane Evans as he took over, and it seems like the same thing is happening for David Watford now. Interestingly, Tommy Condell is on the sidelines this year. That has not been his normal situation. He's normally been up in the booth. Finds himself down on the sidelines to have a more hands-on approach as the games progress.
Michael Domagala in to punt from his own 12. That's a better scenario than the last couple of times he's had to punt. Needs a big one here, late in the half, to try to push the Stampeders back. But it is a short punt. Markeith ambles. Oh, it hit him right in the numbers, and he dropped it. And the Tiger Cats have the football. Coming up with it is Stavros Katsantonis, the rookie. out of UBC comes up with a huge special teams play, and the Stampeders bobble it again on a punt.
Unbelievable. So the first drop early in the first quarter was Richard Leonard, former Ticat, who had made the initial fumble first quarter, and this one comes from Markeith Ambles. I mean, I don't know. You could argue for some light. There's been 3 drop punts tonight. I mean, it is very unusual, but there's just been some sloppy play all around, and the Ticats to get the ball just on their side of midfield, but a huge opportunity again. And again, field position flips now, right back into the hands of the Ticats.
Does it ever? Richard Leonard had that punt fumble, never saw another punt, and now Markeith Ambles. Here is a handoff to Tim White, another receiver handoff, and he has it across midfield into Calgary territory, getting close to the Stampeder 45.
Very nice gutsy run and kind of high stepping and working his way around, a lot going on. Watford takes the line quick here.
So it's 2nd and 1 for the Tiger Cats. Watford under center, and they whistle the play in. Watford will hold on to that ball, and in 2019, that was his role as short yardage quarterback, so he knows exactly what to do, and it's enough for a first down for the Tiger Cats.
Oh yeah, and he's built for it too. He's strong, athletic, was in an NFL training camp as a wide receiver, which is not something that everybody can do. I mean, he's an athletic, big guy, and that's sort of it. That was his forte all of 2019.
See if there's any tricks up the sleeves with the capabilities of David Watford. So now on the Stampeder 47, Tiger Cats late in the first half trying to make something happen. Here's that deep pass that Rob Hitchcock was talking about, and it was in coverage. It was intended for Stephen Dunbar and very nearly picked off by Raheem Wilson. That's the first incompletion tonight for David Watford, but it's the first time he's gone downfield, too. The other passes have been extremely short.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness, Calgary number 41, 15-year penalty, automatic first down.
Wow. So Mike Rose takes the penalty, and this has been something that Dave Dickinson has talked about. 3 straight games with over 100 yards in penalties against the Stampeders.
I think that penalty was on Nico Kalinic, who's on the field now, injured. We saw Rose in a bit of a scuffle on his own sidelines earlier this game. We're getting another look at it here. Oh, he kicked him.
Yeah, that's...
it's gonna be more than 15 yards, I can tell you.
Yeah, that's good news. Nico Kalinic getting up off the field under his own power, but that is exactly what Dave Dickinson said, and even talking to the media said if these penalties continue, the only way to stop it is to stop playing the players who take them. Well, Mike Rose, starting defensive tackle, important guy on this team.
Yeah, he'll have a letter in his locker on when he gets back to Calgary. I can tell you, they don't like that. But Hamilton now can take advantage of that. It's first down on the 31 for Calgary.
So the Tiger Cats in great field position, field goal range. It's another quarterback keeper, David Watford. The Stampeders were ready for it, and it was Thurman who cut off the progress of Watford, so he had to cut into the middle, and looks like a gain of maybe 3 for Watford on the keeper.
Yeah, it was 3, and you wouldn't have blamed him if it was a loss of 2. You know, he actually did a good job. Like you said, he got his lateral progression there cut off, but he cut up field for at least something of a gain. And 2nd and 7 here. Would love to see them open it up downfield into the score zone here.
Ball on the Calgary 28. David Watford, empty backfield, steps back, pressure coming. It's a short pass. It's complete to Malik Irons, the 20, the 15, and he's brought down just inside the 15, or they're going to mark him right at the Stampeder 15, but it is a first down for the Tiger Cats.
Beautiful play call by Tommy Condell. They brought a blitz, and they had quads to the left. Watford set up for the pass, and they as Malik dripped out into the right side of the offensive set there for a running back screen, really into the perfect defense.
Ball on the Stampeder 15. Fresh set of downs here for the Tiger Cats, trying for the first major of the football game. Watford stands in the pocket. He's going to hang on to it, and he's up inside the 10 before the Stampeders bring him down. So a gain of 5 for David Watford. Definitely in field goal range. There's 1 minute and 3 seconds, and now the clock's running. So under 1 minute and ticking before the half. Tiger Cats trying to take the lead for the second time in this game. The ball on the ground a lot for the Tiger Cats so far in the first half. 64 yards rushing. David Watford talking with Malik Irons, who's to his left. Watford looking to the left. Now he's flushed out of the pocket and rolling to his left, and he'll throw this ball away as the secondary for the Stampeders had done a good job. Nobody was open, and it will be third down, but definitely within field goal range and a chance to take the lead here.
Had to throw that away. There was nothing. He got flushed out of the pocket to his left, which was the field. Had receivers in the mix, but really good rush by Calgary there, and not much going on in the secondary for the Ticats.
Taylor Bertolet, 1 for 1 in this game. Made his first one from 47 yards. This one looks like it'll be about a 17-yarder for Taylor Bertolet. We saw him making these without any walk up to the ball, just using his leg in warm-ups. So this should be a routine chip shot for him. And it is good. So the Tiger Cats take the lead 6-3 with 31 seconds to go in the half. There hasn't been a lot of offense in this football game, so when you can get points, you take them, and the Tiger Cats are up now by 3.
Yeah, and I think that there's a little bit of a missed opportunity there by the Ticats. They've got to be thinking that, boy, this would look a lot different right now, 10-3. Costly mistakes by Calgary. Unbelievable. We've seen 3 dropped punts tonight, all going to the opposing team, all resulting in a turnover. I mean, and then a costly penalty on the same drive. I mean, really interestingly mistake-ridden game right now.
It really has been, and those 3 turnovers have led to the 3 field goals in the game. 2 of them going to the Tiger Cats, so Hamilton leads. Bo Levi Mitchell throwing quickly, and it was headed up the middle. He was trying to connect with Luther Hakadavanu, and it's incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
Again, with just mental errors, I do think this is going to be on a Calgary.
Hamilton, a 5-yard penalty will replay first down.
I take it back. On an unknown Hamilton player. Looked to me like Calgary crossed the line first, but not so. 1st and 5 now for Calgary.
Might have been Jagera Davis. That's who the Stampeders were pointing at. Regardless, it's 1st and 5 now. Stampeders on their own 40. Still 31 seconds on the clock.
After review by the command center, there's 2 fouls on the play. We've got offside against Hamilton and offside against Calgary. We'll replay first down.
So both teams were offside.
Okay.
Okay, so well, the ball gets.
Let's start this over.
Yeah. So the ball's moved to the Calgary 35.
Okay. 1st and 10.
Should be 1st and 10, and 31 seconds remaining in the half.
Probably have to go a good 25, 30 yards to get in the field goal range. Time-wise,
Please reset the clock to read 23 seconds.
Oh.
23 seconds.
Okay, so the killed seconds on the misplay are gonna count there. So good for Hamilton. Calgary now has 8 seconds left to move this ball 30 yards downfield.
Rene Paredes, his long this year is 52 yards. Bo Levi Mitchell throws to his right. That is complete. Off to the right to Richie Sindani.
So 52 yards, they'd have to get it down to the 45. Needing 24 more yards from now. The clock is counting down. Big play here by the Ticats.
10 seconds to go and ticking down. Likely the last play of the half. Bo Levi Mitchell steps back, flushed out of the pocket. Jagera Davis trying to track him down. He completes the pass. It is caught by Ante Milanovic Litre. And that is it for the opening half, so the Stampeders do not get themselves in field goal range. A low scoring first half, but the Tiger Cats have the lead at the half. 6-3, they lead the Stampeders. Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field, getting set for the second half. A low scoring first half, 3 field goals, and the Tiger Cats lead the Stampeders 6-3. Tiger Cats trying to get their record back to 500, trying for that third win. Stampeders have a bye week next week, their first bye week of the season. So this is their midway point. This is their 7th game, and it has not been a strong offensive game for either team. But to me, Luke, the Hamilton defense really stands out. You got Bo Levi Mitchell, one of the best quarterbacks of all time in the CFL. They have the leading receiver in the CFL in Kamar Jordan, the third leading rusher in Kadeem Carey, and they're held to just over 100 yards offense and 3 points in that opening half.
And very, very few passes downfield. I mean, the Ticats' defensive secondary is just, it's really not allowing for any gaps. If there is a throw downfield, it has to be the perfect throw to just the right guy, and we haven't seen a lot of that tonight. I'm almost nervous for this kickoff here. We've seen 4 muffed kicks or punts tonight. Here they go, approaching the ball now. Oh.
And it's a low kick. Niko Kalinic will grab it at his own 30, get up past the 40, and the Tiger Cats are going to have good field position to start the second half. Looks like he got up to about the 42.
Paretti's plant foot slipped out on him there. He kicked the ball falling down to the turf. And again,
of course that happened.
Another strange-looking play in the kicking game here. But the Ticats on the 41, great play, great chance to start off the third quarter here.
So the defense is the star of the show so far tonight at Tim Hortons Field. David Watford, his first start for the Tiger Cats, third starting quarterback in 6 games for Hamilton. They have the lead, 6-3 beginning the second half. The handoff goes to Malik Irons, and a good hard run. He's up past the 45, close to the 50, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the first down.
A lot going on there in the offensive backfield. It showed trips to the left, brought some motion, back trips to the right to the boundary. Snap of the ball, they cross back to the left. Handoff to Irons. There was moving people everywhere. Hard to tell who had the football, and pretty, I mean, 2nd and 4 really feels a lot different than 2nd and 6, I can promise.
Yes. So that's the scenario for the Tiger Cats on their own 47. They need 4 yards for the first down. Watford, there's the quick pass. It's bobbled, but it is caught. And that will be a first down for the Tiger Cats. And it is Tim White who caught the pass and had to really stay focused on it to make sure he did catch it after the bobble.
Yeah, I think Watford did a great job. Saw his throw where he wanted to go and got the ball off very quick. I'm not sure Tim White was ready for it, but taking another look at it, really athletic job by Tim White to secure that ball after missing the initial catch. Great first down, very meaningful first down.
First drive of the second half. Tiger Cats over midfield into Stampeder territory. Play action, the pass goes to Tim White again, the 50, the 45, and down near the 40, and it's another first down for the Tiger Cats. They're moving the ball well to begin the second half.
And Tommy Condell's still doing a great job. Watford has his answers in front of him, and he's doing it quickly. That time, Tim White and Ackland motioned from the left to the from the right to the left behind Watford, and got the numbers right where they wanted it for a great wide receiver screen where really there was not enough Calgary defenders over there.
Watford under center, drops back with play action. He's under pressure. He slings it out to the left, and just out of the reach of Deshaun Amos, the cornerback of the Stampeders. So I think Watford was throwing that one away as the pressure was coming.
Yeah, smartly so. This is 2nd and 10 now on the 42-yard line. This would be a long field goal for Bertolette, but looks like there's a 5 receiver set in the game, and I'm expecting maybe our first real downfield passing set to be seen right here.
All right, let's see what happens. Watford back to pass, and it is a short pass. He was trying for the running back, Malik Irons, but it was incomplete. It might have been tipped by Sean Lemon.
Yep, not as I expected. They were actually just going to do a little running back bubble to the left there, and nothing going. Looks like they're probably going to...
Oh, looks like Bertolette's on the field.
Okay, here we go.
Why not? Points have been tough to come by. Give it a shot.
He's been tested this year already. This one for 49, it looks like.
Yes, it looks like Tyler Turnowski will be the holder. He is set up at the Calgary 49. Hamilton leading 6-3. First drive of the second half, trying for more points. Taylor Bertolet, here's the kick. It's up, and it's good. So from 49 yards, Taylor Bertolet hits, and it is 9-3 for the Tiger Cats. A good start back at Tim Hortons Field early second half. RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker here. It's been all field goals in the game. Tiger Cats scored on the opening drive of the second half and lead 9-3. Kamar Jordan, the leading receiver in the league, does not appear to be out there right now for the Stampeders. As Bo Levi Mitchell looks like he's trying to go deep. Pass up the middle. It's caught. 30, 20, 10, 5, and the Stampeders, a huge, huge play. Luther Hakanavanu takes it down to the Hamilton 1, so he is just short of a touchdown, but that is by far the biggest play in the football game.
Frankie Williams closed in to make the tackle, and really, really awkward collision to try and prevent what inevitably happened there. Long gain. Frankie Williams still down on the field. The Ticats, that's that coverage I referenced earlier, RJ, that they showed cover 0 and dropped people out of the box. But the trouble with that is if a wide receiver is into the secondary quick enough, well, there's still not enough guys down there deep. Really great job by Bo Levi Mitchell to recognize that and hit a deep seam to the field side, his left. Awkward collision with Frankie Williams, sort of bumped everything loose, and it sprang for 40 more yards of after the catch there.
So Luther Hakunavanu, the rookie out of York University, what a start for the Stampeders on their first possession. 74 yards, almost took it in for the touchdown. Frankie Williams, helmet off, jogging off the field, so that's a good sign he's leaving under his own power. Although the Stampeders in a great position now to potentially take the lead with a converted touchdown. They're first and goal from the Hamilton 1. A lot more offense happening in a couple of possessions in the second half than we saw in the first, and the handoff to Kadeem Carey. There's nothing there. The Tiger Cats just piled up and did not let Kadeem Carey get to the end zone. So it'll be second down, but there is a flag.
Offside. Hamilton number 21. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line, and it's first down.
So Simone Lawrence offside. Might have helped in that stop. And this is still first and goal. Ball on the 1. Calgary in the huddle. Now they break. Hamilton again will try for the stop. It's an empty backfield. Bo Levi Mitchell. Rather, it's Jake Mayer in there for the quarterback keeper, and they're saying touchdown. So Jake Mayer comes in, keeps it, and gets into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Stampeders, the first touchdown of the football game. And now the score is tied, and we'll see what happens on the convert. And we know anything can happen on the convert. This is Calgary's first chance to take the lead in the football game.
So far, it's a tale of two entirely different halves. We saw really a very limited offensive production on both sides for 2 quarters. The Ticats started off this second half with a successful drive and a field goal, and Calgary followed that up with a very quick, almost immediate touchdown on their first attempt of the half.
Well, this defense of the Tiger Cats has been rock solid. They rarely give up a big play. That one to Luther Hakunavanu, 74 yards, leads to the touchdown on the quarterback keeper by Jake Mayer. And now Rene Paredes, as automatic as you can get in the CFL, will come on for the convert to try to give the Stampeders their first lead of the game. Here's the kick, and it is good. So the Stampeders, early second half, are now leading the Tiger Cats 10-9. You're listening across the Ticats Audio Network.
At the Ticats Audio Network Labs, we wanted to see what would happen if we put Luke Tasker and Andy Fantuz in a virtual room together with microphones. The end result is loaded with stories and analysis. We call it Task and Twos, and it drops weekly on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
The inhabitants of Earth are slowly getting back to normal. But what's this? The humans have accumulated so much that, my gosh, they've run out of space.
Make space with Access Storage. Affordable storage solutions and over 100 convenient locations in Ontario. Store belongings you love and need extra space for. Details at accessstorage.ca. Access Storage, proud partner of the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
The only way to guarantee your spot at the 108th Grey Cup game in Hamilton is to be a 2021 Ticats season seat holder. Season ticket holders enjoy up to 15% savings on their Grey Cup seats, plus first access to 2021 Grey Cup Festival event tickets. Learn more at ticats.ca/Grey Cup.
Accidents happen. It's not something you plan for, but part of life. Automobiles, slips and falls, you never know. But one thing you can count on is Findlay Personal Injury Law. Here when you need us. Learn more at findlaylaw.ca.
You're listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
First touchdown of the football game comes in the second half, and the Calgary Stampeders get it. Oh, Levi Mitchell, quiet in that opening half, connects with Luther Hakatavanu for a 74-yard gain, and then Jake Mayer comes in on the quarterback keeper. It's 10-9 now in this low-scoring game. Stampeders leading for the first time. Frankie Williams was injured on that Hakatavanu big gain, and he got off the field under his own power. The good news here, he's out to return on the kickoff. Frankie Williams stepping up to his own 13-yard line. That's where he catches it. Season opening. Frankie Williams up to the 40. And then the Stampeders converge on him, but it's a good return for Frankie Williams.
Great return back to the 40 where they started this half off just a few minutes ago. Totally two different halves, right?
Absolutely.
14 drives for 9 points in the first half. Now we have 2 drives for 10 points. 4 minutes into the second or to the third quarter. I hope that the game continues like this. We've had some excitement and some offensive production. See if David Watford is looking a little more comfortable now.
Spoken like a true offensive player.
Yeah, sorry. Is that coming through clear?
Yes. David Watford, he'll hand off to Pappy White. The receiver will run it ahead right through the middle. Got into the defensive line. Looks like he got a gain of about 5 yards on first down.
Again, using everybody in the offensive lineup to get a handoff throughout the night. Pappy White's had numerous carries tonight, and for meaningful gains as well. 2nd and 5 here to get up to the Calgary 50 would be the mark to move the chains. Excuse me, the Hamilton 50.
That's right. So they're on their own 45 right now. Nico Kalinic in motion. Now all the receivers start to move. And the pass goes to Kalinic, and he's hit immediately by Wilson, but he looks like he's got enough for the first down. It was close, but Kalinic got some yards after the catch, and it's first down Tiger Cats.
I think it's very meaningful for the roundedness of the Hamilton offense to involve Nico Kalinic in the pass game as well as in his run blocking duties. You see this right here. Very, very athletic approach to capture that ball, turn his shoulders back upfield, and avoid what could have been a tackle for just short of the sticks. He's a weapon. Can be used all around the offensive approach.
And he's a York guy too. Hakatavanu, who had that big gain for Calgary. This is a quarterback keeper for David Watford. He'll bring it right up to midfield, and a gain of 5 on first down.
Chipping away at it. Run, pass, run, pass. David Watford, you know, he's kept things under control tonight. He's managing. Not a hugely productive game by any means. The thing that I like to see the most is that the Ticats have not turned the ball over purely offensively yet.
The only turnover was on a punt fumble. There's a pass for Dunbar. Oh, it's caught. It was tipped by Dunbar, and it was caught by Malik Irons. So it looked like the Stampeders were in position for an interception, but Irons was focused on the ball and dove and caught it. It's complete.
Well done. Way to keep his head on a swivel there. Malik Irons was not the intended receiver, and the ball got awkwardly almost thrown out of the catch. Malik Irons saw his chance to get another stat for himself in the yardage for this game.
Yeah, he's been involved in the game. Unfortunately for the Tiger Cats, that's not enough for a first down. The good news is that it was caught by Irons, because it looked like that secondary, the Stampeders, were close to an interception if Irons didn't jump in front. Michael Damagala comes in with the punt, and this has been an area of concern for the Stampeders. Josh Huff in there now. Stampeders don't want to use him a lot because he's so valuable receiving, but he was unable to get any return, forced out of bounds. Stamps will start inside their own 20. They lead 10-9 on the Ticats Audio Network. Welcome back to Hamilton Tim Hortons Field. Beautiful September evening for football. RJ Broadhead and Luke Tasker here. The Stampeders lead the Tiger Cats 10-9. The defense for the Tiger Cats out on the field trying to get the crowd into it. Stampeders starting on their own 14. Bo Levi Mitchell was quiet in the first half. He led his team to a touchdown to begin the second half, and they try a little trickery. A short pitch to Markeith Ambles, and it is a loss, and it looks like the Stampeders are pushed back inside their own 10 now.
Yeah, Julian Hausar for the Hamilton Ticats defense was in the backfield just about at the moment the pitch was caught. An incredible play, and now Calgary, this really is a time for them to really take the momentum back into their favor, and now they're dealing with 2nd and 15 back at their own 9-yard line. Great play there by Julian Hausar.
Oh, Levi Mitchell. Love on his throwing hand, just back from a leg injury. It's tipped right into the arms of Simone Lawrence. Interception for Simone Lawrence. Touchdown for Simone Lawrence. His second interception for a touchdown this season, and the defense comes up huge for the Tiger Cats. Simone Lawrence does it again.
Yeah, they're signaling touchdown. There's a flag on the play, and it's going to...
Calgary.
There you go.
Penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
If I remember right, Simone Lawrence only once in his career had a touchdown prior to this season. Now he's got two, and we're a third of the way through the Ticats season. In fact, it might be safe to say is he had the most touchdowns of a Ticat.
He is tied with Sean Thomas Erlington with 2. So Simone Lawrence, he's a star, and he talked about that touchdown earlier on Labor Day that he took into the end zone against the Argonauts and said, wow, Speedy B does this 40 times. It's a season. It's a different feeling being in the end zone, as only Simone Lawrence could say it. And now he's got 2 touchdowns. And looks like the Tiger Cats are going to go for 2. Try to make this a 7-point game. David Watford has 4 receivers to the field side. It's a handoff to Malik Irons, who puts his shoulder down and barrels into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Tiger Cats lead 17-10. The defense doing it for Hamilton. Simone Lawrence, the touchdown. Malik Irons, the 2-point conversion. And talk about defense having to get it done. Reminds me of the old days with Rob Hitchcock and the defense having to come up big. Hitch, that was something else by Simone Lawrence, wasn't it?
Wow, what a great play. The first play on that loss of about 8 yards just got the crowd going, and then all of a sudden you see the bench getting the crowd going, and as soon as they got in and got them riled up, when Simone made that play, they think the offense is going to ask him to come on the other side of the ball with 2 touchdowns this year. What the heck's going on? That's pretty awesome, guys.
Well, Hitch, I want to ask you another one with Bo Levi Mitchell quiet in that first half, and then that opening drive, he gets the big gain. How important was it for the defense to do what they did here to shut down the Calgary offense and the bonuses get points out of it.
Well, it's huge. I mean, the momentum definitely was going Calgary's way. And whenever you get a big play like this, it just turned the momentum. The fans are going into it. The fans are offering me beer again, and it's just crazy. So I've got to say no to it again, guys. But it's what a great boost for this team, and they're looking really happy right now on the sidelines.
Oh, you are a disciplined man, Hitch. And it was another pass that was off the numbers. This time, Luther Hakanavanu.
Yeah, after the touchdown play before.
Yeah.
Or 2 plays before for Calgary.
Yeah. So they've had that a couple of times on punt returns, and then it looked like this pass was right there for Hakanavanu, and he bobbled it. Simone Lawrence did not.
I agree with Hitch. Let's get Simone in there on a double tight end set, or I don't know. Let's see what he does. Exciting stuff, and another, just an error by a Calgary player, and that what would have been a catch for a first down actually would have ended up getting called back. Calgary had a penalty that was declined on the play anyway, so a lot of sloppy things in a row there, and Simone Lawrence capitalizing big time like he's done year after year and in big moments of big games. And, it's not overly pretty tonight, but Hamilton claws back to the lead and is up by 7 after a beautiful shoulder down run by Malik Irons, by the way, too. That was very nicely done on the 2-point conversion.
Yes. Simone Lawrence, first 8 seasons, 128 games, had 1 touchdown. This season, he's got 2 touchdowns in his last 3 games. So the Tiger Cats back in the lead, and the Stampeders on this kickoff return get up to the 35. And it looked like there was a bit of an opening developing, but the Stampeders with Dan Williams, pretty decent return on that kickoff. Looks like they'll mark him at the 34 of Calgary.
He did kind of break outside of the main coverage there for the Ticats, but it happened to be Jamal Roll who was playing the outside contained sort of safety for the kickoff team, and that's the guy that you want in the open field when it's one-on-one with the ball carrier, and Jamal Roll did corral him and was able to allow the rest of the coverage to catch up there.
Under 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Tiger Cats lead 17-10. Stampeders on their own 34. It's a handoff to Kadeem Carey, and that is maybe back to the line of scrimmage, or a gain of about a half a yard. Not much there for Calgary.
2nd and 8 on their own 36-yard line. This would be a commanding 2nd down stop here by the Hamilton defense, who is in charge of this game right now.
Just that one big play by the Stampeders to begin their first possession of the second half. That led to their touchdown, but the Hamilton defense got it back after the Simone Lawrence interception and touchdown. 2nd and 9, Stampeders. Bo Levi Mitchell, it was a wobbly pass. Might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. A lot of passes have been. It goes incomplete, and Calgary's going to have to punt.
Okay, very impressive. Hamilton stealing back the momentum after a hugely explosive play and a touchdown by Calgary to start off the second half. And all of a sudden we find ourselves in a high-scoring third quarter. And now Frankie Williams has another chance to touch the ball and maybe make something happen after what was a very impressive kickoff return a few minutes ago.
Should be good field position for the Tiger Cats. Frankie Williams at about his 27-yard line. Cody Grace, the punt. Frankie Williams comes up to his 35, catches it there, trying to come to the near side and get to the numbers, but he's tripped up by Brandon Dozier, the starting Sam linebacker for the Stampeders, doing a good job on special teams.
Very good. That was an incredibly impressive coverage there by Dozier. Vertical pursuit down the field, and if it wasn't for him clipping the heels of Frankie Williams, you never know that Frankie had his eyes downfield on what was a very wide right side of the field for him. But 35-yard line, first down, not terrible field position for David Watford to take over.
Hamilton winning the turnover battle. Calgary's turned it over 4 times. Hamilton just once. There's a handoff to Tim White. Wanted to cut up the middle, didn't find the hole he wanted, so he went a little further to his left, and then finally did cut upfield, but it is right back to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't look like he got a gain on the play.
No, he did his best to prevent a negative yard play there. And 2nd and 10, 35-yard line here. They do have a 4-receiver set still in the game. I'm going to think we're going to see a drop back pass here. I wouldn't be surprised with a Watford draw either.
Sorry, Luke. Ball on the left hash. Here's the quick pass. It goes to Malik Irons, and he will be well short of the first down. So it's a 2 and out here for the Tiger Cats. They will have to punt. Looks like there's a discussion happening at about the 40-yard line of the Tiger Cats. Now things get straightened out, and the teams head to their sidelines, and the right personnel coming on the field. So ball's on the 38, 39-yard line, and Michael Damagala will come in to punt. Back to receive. The Stampeders have Josh Huff, one of the leading receivers in the CFL this season. They want to save him for offensive plays, but they need him in the return game with Malik Henry out. Huff on his own 25, catches, and he slips immediately, maybe got a couple of yards just past the 30, and the Tiger Cats coverage team right there. So a slip for Huff, and he doesn't get much on that return.
Not the first slip we've seen tonight. Paredes slipped on the opening kickoff of the second half. We've seen a few missteps in coverage. Tim Hortons Field, to me, it was always a great surface, very, very sticky. We certainly haven't had any rain or anything like that tonight, but
holding Calgary number 11, 10-yard penalty and a first down.
Well, Dave Dickinson, the head coach of the Calgary Stampeders, isn't going to like that. That's another penalty against the Stampeders that marches them back, and they'll have to start inside their own 20 again.
The thing to remember about special teams penalties too is you just heard a 10-yard penalty. In truth, they lost 20 yards on that play because of the hidden yardage that is so apparent in the kicking game. It's such a costly penalty to go back from the place that the return man fields that ball. Calgary's on their 16-yard line now.
And they don't have Kamar Jordan, the leading receiver in the league. He's out for the rest of the game with a lower body injury. Pass is complete. It is caught by Calvin McCarty, and he will be short of the first down. Looks like a gain of about 7 on the play.
Again, to the Hamilton defense and to the kicking game, this is 7 out of the last 8 possessions Calgary has started inside their own 35-yard line. They just have, it's a long field to trek down time and time again as the game progresses, and especially so against this defense, who is really, really, like we said a drive ago, they kind of are dominating this game right now.
Hamilton defense, the backbone of this team. 2nd and 3. Big down here, Stampeders, it's play action. Bo Levi Mitchell passing, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Richie Sindani. And again, the Stampeders are going to have to punt the ball away, and they'll be punting from deep in their own end.
Tunde Adeleke, I think, maybe got a hand on that as the ball was, he was up in underneath coverage close to the line of scrimmage, and again, a heavy rush by Hamilton, and Bo Levi Mitchell doing his best he can to find people downfield, and it's not easy to do right now. Frankie has his heels at the Hamilton 40-yard line.
Should be good possession for the field position for the Tiger Cats. Here's the kick from Cody Grace, and just drifting back to his 35 is Frankie Williams. Dodges the first couple of Stampeders tacklers and gets across the 40. So the Tiger Cats will be starting with good field position at about their own 41. With 1:12 to go in the third quarter. It was a low-scoring first half, 6-3. The Tiger Cats had the lead, and they started the second half, their first possession, with a field goal, made it 9-3. Calgary answered with a touchdown, and then Simone Lawrence, an interception and a touchdown, and that has the Tiger Cats ahead 17-10, thanks to the Malik Irons run on the two-point conversion. Hamilton, last 5 possessions, average drive start is their own 43, so they've had pretty good position. There's a completed pass to Stephen Dunbar. David Watford got it to Dunbar. That looks like a gain of 6 on first down.
Again, making it fairly simple for David Watford, just giving him options that are quick. Nico Kalinic was actually split way out to the right, to the wide side of the field, not a normal tight end lineup. And apparently pretty obvious they're setting up a wide receiver screen, keeping Nico in front as a downfield blocker. Watford actually went to his left for a 4-yard gain, another wide receiver screen.
2nd and 6, Hamilton on their own 45. Might be last play of the third quarter. Watford back to pass again, and Malik Irons had to dive for it, and he made the catch. They're saying it's complete, but it looks like it's going to be just shy of the first down, and this might be decision time for the Tiger Cats. It's that close to the marker.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Watford stays on the field. 3rd and less than a yard.
Watford under center, he keeps, and they indicate immediately that it's a first down. So David Watford following that offensive line of the Tiger Cats. It's a first down for Hamilton as the third quarter comes to an end. Tiger Cats lead the Stampeders 17-10. Back at Tim Hortons Field. Tiger Cats to begin the fourth quarter. It's a handoff to Malik Irons. He goes up the middle. It's a gain of 5. On first down, the Tiger Cats playing quick. David Watford, he's got Kalinic to his left, Irons to his right. Behind him is Pappy White. Here's the snap. Play action to Irons. Watford hangs onto it, and he's going to try to find an opening, and he can't get far. It's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3 on the play.
Yeah, really tough play for Watford there. Another 8-man protection. Nico Kalinic, I believe it was Malik Irons in on protection, but Calgary brought a very nice rush there. Watford really didn't have time to even get his eyes downfield and started looking for a place to escape, and there was none. So 3rd and 8 now, forced to punt. Dropped back behind the center line midfield.
You look at Watford, 15 for 18, passing for 88 yards. He's run a couple of times. It's been a tidy game in that sense for the game plan for the Tiger Cats with David Watford as their starting quarterback. They have the lead, 17-10. We're into the fourth quarter. Hamilton punting, Michael Damagala. It's a low punt. It'll bounce inside the 20 and go out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So, again, Calgary starting inside their own 20.
Tough. They've had a hard go with field position here in the third quarter. And now into the fourth, they're back on their own 17 and a long field to drive. And you're in this huddle right now as an offense. You have such a long ways to go. You can almost feel your own end zone behind you, and you're playing against a defense where really you haven't had much answers tonight. Very difficult. It's hard to know where to turn and what exactly is going to work for you. All you're hoping for is a first down here, Calgary offense.
5th time in the game, Calgary's started a drive inside their own 20 on the 17, and that pass is tipped. Julian Hauser there. Looks like Cameron Kelly might have been the one to get a hand on it, and the Stampeders have had a lot of Bo Levi Mitchell passes tipped and knocked down by the Tiger Cats.
They really have, and I'm surprised that, the Calgary's just lucky some of these haven't gone their own way. It's 7 knockdowns by the Hamilton defense tonight. That is unbelievable. I mean, really, and Julian Hauser is in the backfield. We've seen him a couple times tonight. He's really showing up for this defense tonight, and now Calgary's 2nd and 10 on their own 17.
And the crowd is loud at Tim Hortons Field. Bo Levi Mitchell back to pass. Under pressure, he is sacked by Jagera Davis. The defense is the star of the show tonight for the Tiger Cats.
And they are feeling it. The Hamilton defense is rowdy out there. Jagera Davis, 5-yard a sack for a 5-yard loss, and now Calgary forced to punt from their own 7-yard line. We just talked about David Watford. Now he's going to have a short field, with the exception of a monster punt. They're going to be on the Calgary side here with a huge chance to put more points on the board.
Well, let's see what Calgary does here. Cody Grace well into his end zone, needs a big kick. Gets a pretty good kick away. Frankie Williams just his side of midfield. He's trying to get to the outside. Frankie Williams with some blocking help. He gets to the outside. He's at the 40, 35, and forced out of bounds just short of the Calgary 25-yard line. The Tiger Cats are threatening again. Frankie Williams, a great return, and the defense comes up big. A great return by Frankie Williams. We'll see what David Watford and the offense can do when we come back. It's a 7-point lead for Hamilton on the Ticats Audio Network. Back at Tim Hortons Field, RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker, and it is your most hated thing, Luke. There was a penalty on that Frankie Williams return, an illegal block, and that ball turns out to be about a 40-yard difference where the Tiger Cats will start from.
Had field goal position locked in.
Yes.
And 40 yards of hidden field lost there. David Watford at his own 45 now.
So that's where the Ticats start from. Fourth quarter. It's a handoff to Pappy White, and he is caught by the big hand of Derek Wiggin. Caught him by the shoulder. Otherwise, it might have been a pretty solid gain for Irons, and this one winds up being a gain of, looks like, 1 yard.
Pappy White is they're using him in every way that they can now. With 2nd and 8 here, we have not seen them open up the passing game downfield. I don't know if we will. You said a drive ago, David Watford has had a really tidy game. I mean, the thing you want to avoid desperately is turnovers.
So 2nd and 9, and there's the pressure from the Stampeders, but Watford stays on his feet and completes the pass to Stephen Dunbar. They're saying he stayed in bounds, and that is a huge play for David Watford. Looked like he was surely going to be sacked, stayed on his feet, completed the pass, and first down to Dunbar.
Both guys making an unbelievable effort there. Ticats taking the line quickly. Great first down.
Here's the snap, and it is a quick handoff to Tim White. Running to his right, then tried to cut up the middle, and he got a gain of, looks like, 6 yards.
Yeah, no wasted time in the backfield. Tim White was around the end quickly, and now it's 2nd and 4. Unbelievably impressive job, a play ago by Watford, staying on his feet in the pocket, finding Dunbar Jr. on the sidelines, but then Dunbar Jr. made an incredible handsy catch while keeping his feet in for a very, very important first down for the flow of this football game.
Hamilton in Calgary territory on the Stampeders 42. Watford, quick pass, it's Pappy White, catches it at the 35, gets to the 40, 30, inside the 30, inside the 25, and he's finally brought down by the linebacker, Darnell Sankey.
They're moving very quickly, they're spreading it around, and they're getting the ball to the outside of the field efficiently. Love what I just saw there from David Unger. Very, very difficult blocking on the outside as a wide receiver for a wide receiver screen. Very easy time to draw a penalty for holding or an illegal block, and David Watford dropped his hands to his side and just got barely in the way of Calgary defenders as they tried to approach the wide receiver screen.
Just over 9 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Tiger Cats on the 27 of the Stampeders. It's a quarterback keeper for David Watford. Gets to the 20, down to the 19. And the Tiger Cats will be a couple of yards shy of the first down. So it'll be 2nd and 2, it appears.
You got to hand it to Tommy Condell. This offense is built to suit David Watford's strengths. And it looks very, very different from the games played this far in 2021 by the Ticats, and they're starting to piece it together now as the game progresses.
Cluster of receivers. Now they start to move. 3 of them go to the right. It's a quarterback keeper for Watford. Goes straight up the middle, and it doesn't look like he got enough for the first down. Might be a yard short. We'll see where they spot this.
Another called run there for Watford. Pass for 125 tonight. He's rushed for 31. He's doing a good job. He's staying in his lane, managing the game well from the quarterback position and doing the things that the team expects of him.
It looks like the Tiger Cats are going to go for it. Do you like that call, Luke?
I like it. It's 3rd and it's a tight 1 yard. It's not, it's on the narrow side, if anything, and you've got a quarterback who's suited for this type of responsibility. They've had success at it so far tonight. Let him make the play here.
David Watford under center. Darius Soranko, the center. And Watford trying to find an opening. The Stampeders are on him. This is going to be very close. He should have enough. Again, depending on the spot. And the spot is good. They're already moving the sticks. It's a first down. Watford got it.
just patient enough. It's not as easy as you might think it is. You don't just put your head down when you're in this position. You have to have a balance of an aggressive push and a patience to let your offensive line do their job. Very nice by David Watford there. It kind of scared you for a second. It looked like he wasn't going to get upfield, but he sure enough got the first down, and they're on 16, first down.
You're right, Luke. The Stampeders had hands on him, but he battled and got it done. Another quick handoff. It's to Pappy White. Runs right into Sankey at about the 10-yard line. Might be just short of that. So the Tiger Cats certainly in range for a field goal. They're at the Stampeder 10. It's 2nd and 4. They would like more than that. They lead 17-10. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. David Watford, 4 receivers to his left. That's the field side. Watford hands off to Malik Irons, and he's stopped immediately by the Stampeders. Looks like it's probably a loss of 1, and that will be 3rd down, and on comes Taylor Bertolette and the field goal team to make this a 2-possession game.
Yep, plenty of good came from get a timeout here. Plenty of good came from that drive from the Hamilton offense. You had a long 2nd and 8 converted with an incredible effort from the Ticat receiving corps. And then you have a sneak for to get that 3rd and 1 there, and you get a chance to an easy field goal to put this to a 2-score game. Really a lot of good there. One of their longest drives of the game too. They got off 9 plays there and ate up a lot of the clock here in this game. Now you're battling with that too. There's only 6 minutes for Calgary to make an effort here to come back for what will be a 10-point deficit.
Bertolette's had a good game. He's now 4 for 4 in field goals. That was a short 19-yarder, but it is a big one and important points for the Tiger Cats. Makes it a 2-possession game. 4th quarter, Tim Hortons Field, where the Tiger Cats have been so good, and they are leading tonight. 6 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the game. Tiger Cats coming off their longest drive of the game. 10 plays, took over 5 minutes off the clock, wound up with a field goal. They lead the Stampeders 20-10. Second home game of the year for the Tiger Cats. Bo Levi Mitchell, one of the best. Can he orchestrate a big comeback? And Luther Hakanavanu, the York University star, makes the catch. That's a gain of 5 on first down for the Stampeders.
Boy, it looked like he dropped that, and his body language suggested it as well, but they gave it to him 2nd and 5.
Stampeders have to play quick. 3 receivers to the field side. Bo Levi Mitchell throws up the middle. It's intercepted by the Tiger Cats. And it's another defensive touchdown.
Flag on the play. We don't know what happened yet. It was very early in the play that this flag came, almost like maybe an illegal contact on a receiver, maybe a holding in the offensive backfield.
Cariel Brooks.
Hamilton number 45. A 10-yard penalty will result in a first down.
Wow, what a change that is.
That's tough. And on a middle linebacker, Santos Knox, it's unusual. He's dropped back into coverage. He's not happy about it. We're catching a look at it again. He's really disagrees. Very hard to see what happened there. It was right over the middle of the field.
And the poor people who run around with the touchdown Tiger Cats flags were headed down the sidelines. They had to wrap up those flags, and that changes things dramatically. That might have put this game away if the Cariel Brooks interception and touchdown stood. Instead, Stampeders are near midfield at their own 50. Bo Levi Mitchell in the pocket, flushed out of there. It's a short pass. Cariel Brooks makes the tackle, but the ball is caught by Richie Sindani. And it's a gain of 4 or 5 on first down.
5 minutes left. Calgary starting to really pick up the pace and the operation for their offense now, right to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5. Stampeders at midfield. Bo Levi Mitchell looks left. It's a low pass to Hakanavanu. and he had to slide to make the catch, and this will be close to a first down. Looks like it'll be just short, and we're talking inches. Stampeders down by 10. They
lining up in shotgun.
Yeah, will no doubt go for it. So, yeah, Bo Levi Mitchell in shotgun.
He fell.
Hands off to Kadeem Carey, and he slipped. We've seen a few Stampeders slip in this game. He slips. He's short of the first down, and the Stampeders turn it over on downs.
Unbelievable. How are you not going to go for a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1 foot there? They got in shotgun and handed the ball off. Huge break for the Ticats.
Back at Tim Hortons Field, a really strange play call by the Stampeders on 3rd and inches. Oh, Levi Mitchell in the shotgun, hands off to Kadeem Carey, and he slips. They turn the ball over on downs. Hamilton takes over on their own 51, up by 10. David Watford in his first start. Hands off to Malik Irons. He's hit immediately, bounces off that, and winds up from what looked like no gain to a gain of 6. Good running by Malik Irons.
Yeah, really strong run. He had a great 2-point conversion earlier on where he put his shoulder down to make it happen and puts the Ticats in 2nd and 4 right now. The last drive took over 5 minutes. There's 4 minutes left on the game clock. Now, obviously, we're going to hit the 3-minute time change here, but Ticats just need to keep the ball in their hand, and if they can keep it on the ground, all the better.
Malik Irons born in Calgary, so this is big for him against the Stampeders. David Watford, hands off. Rather, it's play action, and it fooled everybody, including the Stampeders. He completes the pass to Nico Kalinic. It's a first down at the Stampeders 30.
We've seen a little bit of that tonight. Nico has really been in the game all night, which has not been the case throughout the year. Nico probably plays in a third or so of most offensive snaps. Tonight, he's been in there for the majority of the game because the offense is set up a little bit different for Watford. Beautiful job of getting out of the pocket there
3:34
with Watford, and a very, very successful play action there. We've seen it set up a couple times tonight with mixed results. Timely plays for Watford to start making some downfield throws.
No kidding. 24-yard gain for Nico Kalinic. Watford in the game is 19 for 22 for 149 yards. Calgary called a timeout, not wanting Hamilton to run the clock down. 3-minute warning just around the corner. 3:34 on the clock. It's a handoff to Malik Irons, and he hits the pile of Tiger Cats and Stampeders right at the line of scrimmage and muscles his way to a 1.5 yards or a 2-yard gain. Kalinic heads to the sidelines. David Ungerer comes in. 10-point lead for the Tiger Cats. They are on the Calgary 28, looking for more points. David Watford has just Stephen Dunbar on the boundary side. It's a handoff to Irons again. He'll go up the middle, get to the 25 of the Stampeders. Gain of a couple, and we're at the 3-minute warning. And the Tiger Cats are leading 20-10. Rob Hitchcock down at the sidelines, and Hitch, got to ask you the same thing of the Calgary Stampeders on that 3rd down. Were you surprised by the play call?
Oh, most definitely. Quarterback sneak all the way there. I'm not sure what they were thinking, but maybe might have thought they had a little trick play up their sleeve, but you can't be doing that when you're down 10 points with 3 minutes to go. But guys, I just want to mention a couple things with, ever since Simone scored that goal, the momentum just completely shifted in Hamilton's favor. That pick that for a touchdown, 45, he made a great play. It wasn't, I'm biased because I'm a defensive guy. He did not pass interference on that one.
I agree.
And I am really not used to seeing Calgary's offense struggle like this. You got to hand it to the Hamilton defense today. I think they have 200 and something yards, and 74 of those yards for Calgary was on one play. And then Luke, you did mention something about the field a couple times today and guys slipping. I think it is really the swarming bugs that are down here that are landing on the field. Like,
wow, no kidding.
It's unbelievable. Like they're gone right now, but in the third quarter, in the second quarter, they were all over me. So I'm going to switch spots with you next week.
Yeah, you got it. You know, we're in the comfort and the air conditioning of our booth here, but we can see it. It is pretty bad by the lights, and we can see fans struggling with it as well. And there has been a lot of missteps out there tonight, and a lot of dropped balls, muffed punts. I don't know. It's a different kind of feel down there tonight. It seems.
It is a new field this year, correct?
That's true too.
Yeah,
that's true.
So it might be something new there, but something new in the turf. Those little black pebbles in there, they might be something different.
Yeah, overstuffed maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, it's gone the Tiger Cats' ways as far as the slips are concerned. Stampeders have had more of them. On for a field goal is Taylor Bertolette. He's 4 for 4 in the game. This one looks like it'll be a 33-yarder for Taylor Bertolette to try to put the Tiger Cats up by 13. Tyler Turnowski, the holder. And here's the kick from Bertolette. And he has been automatic tonight. Bertolette came in, played the first 2 games, and didn't have a field goal. He's got 5 of them tonight. And now it's 23-10 for the Tiger Cats. All those injuries that the Ticats have, we were talking before the game, they could field a pretty good offense with the guys that are out and on the sidelines in this game. But the next man up mentality and opportunities open up, and the Tiger Cats have answered the call.
Yep, and we said before the game, when you have the quarterback adversity that the Ticats are dealing with, the other 2 phases of the game, the kicking team and the defense, has to step up. We have 15 points from the kicking team tonight and a touchdown from the defensive side, which they've done before this year already. Very, very impressive team effort here. But I don't want to take anything away from David Watford. It's not a shootout offensive game. We're not seeing a lot of downfield passing, but he has done a great job of keeping the game in control. He's 19 of 22 for almost 150 yards, and the thing I like the best, I say it every time, no interceptions. That's the most important thing for a young quarterback coming in and taking over, especially at a turning point in the season here like the Ticats are dealing with. He kept the ball in the offense's hands. And the second half especially, the time of possession for the Ticats has been really, really impressive. Well, we got Simone Lawrence impersonator on the field here.
Somebody on the field, and at about the Calgary 20, and now security will go to him, and he'll... Well, he's going to do a couple of push-ups and probably, you know, his hands are behind the back already. He knows where he's headed. Oh,
jeez.
Stay away from the players.
Oh,
and,
wow. Dominating tackle there.
Yes.
Okay.
Best hit of the game.
Yeah, keeping out the riffraff. So we're going to see if we can get to this kickoff here, if they can clear the field here. The Tim Hortons field security crew is out in full force.
Yep, they got the gang out there now in their fluorescent security shirts, and they'll take that person off the field. Nobody likes to see that, and the Tiger Cats would like to keep this game going. There's 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go. They're up by 13, and they want to get back to 500, continue their winning ways at Tim Hortons Field. Still a little bit of work to be done. Stampeders have William Longley back along with Dan Williams. And Bertolette has 5 field goals in this game. Tiger Cats have 9 field goals on the season, so 5 of them have come tonight from Bertolette, and he has been a calming influence there. This will be Williams who handles the kickoff, takes it to the 25, the 30, up to the 35, and the Tiger Cats will take him down there. So the Stampeders have better field position than they've had most of the night, starting on their own 35. They've been stuffed inside their own 20 many, many times, and it's Jake Mayer coming in. Bo Levi Mitchell on the sidelines.
That is interesting. I mean, this game's 2 minutes 20 seconds left, but it's not out of reach. Of course, that can stretch a long ways in the CFL. But the Calgary offense has struggled. Last 7 possessions, they've had more than 3 plays at one time. The Hamilton defense has been very, very, a really, really difficult challenge for them tonight.
Kamar Jordan, the leading receiver, he left earlier in the game with a lower body injury, and Mayer, a quick completion to Luther Hakanavanu.
2nd and 5, only 5 seconds off the clock for that play. You know, not having played defense in the CFL, I can tell you though, this is the clock just never ends for this defensive performance here tonight. 2 minutes left. You have a 2-score lead comfortably, but boy, it's just every play takes up less and less time, it seems.
And it looks like it's Luther Hakanavanu who's on one knee at the Stampeder 35. So he will get looked at. Jake Mayer in at quarterback for the Stampeders. Bo Levi Mitchell. Helmet still on the sidelines for the Tiger Cats.
We've seen Hakanavanu a couple times tonight in different, you know, unfortunately had one go off of his chest for Simone Lawrence was able to capitalize on. He also caught a great touchdown pass. He's been sort of all over the field tonight. Young Canadian player.
And he's able to get off the field under his own power. So 2nd and 5, Stampeders on their own 40. Jake Mayer in the shotgun. Takes the snap, throws over the middle. It's a completed pass to Dan Williams, and it's Simone Lawrence who won't let go of him, holding on to the legs. Williams refused to go down, trying to get to the 45, which would be the first down. He got close.
Looks to me that's generous in my opinion. I do not think he got that close, and they're going to give it to him without measuring. Simone Lawrence stopped him right in his tracks before and did not allow him to fall forward, but sure enough, first down Calgary.
Jake Mayer trying to pour some late game heroics in relief of Bo Levi Mitchell, and he got the snap, and before he can make a play, there's a couple of flags on the field.
Legal procedure. Calgary number 62.
So procedure on the Stampeders. And
illegal procedure. Calgary number 62, a 5-yard penalty. We're going to replay first down.
Okay, so it's procedure, and it is another penalty for the Stampeders, which has to be frustrating for Dave Dickinson. It's now 1st and 15. Stamps on their own 40. Mayer makes the pass. It's a short completion. Caught by Ante Milanovic-Litre.
No huddle here, 2nd and 13, still on their own 42.
Yeah, so only a gain of a couple on that play. Stampeders, they'll be in 3-down territory now. Mayer under pressure, Jagarrett Davis on his back. He shovels the pass to Milanovic-Litre, and that'll be close to a first down as Jagarrett Davis was right there, but there is a flag in the Calgary backfield.
Looks like it's going to be holding on Calgary, and smart move here. They're going to decline this, I would think.
Holding Calgary number 67. That penalty's declined. It will be 3rd down.
Yeah, but still, it was a positive gain. They got 4 yards out of it, but it still makes for 3rd and 11 here. And you got to think it's go time now. They got to take a shot, and low probability play here. We'll see what Calgary draws up.
Yeah, that play just got him back almost to the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Calgary on their own 45. This is ball game if Calgary doesn't get the first down. Jake Mayer in at quarterback, has some time, rolls to his left, throws on the run. It is complete to Dan Williams. It will be a first down for Calgary. He got it to the Hamilton 35. So the Stampeders are alive with just over a minute to go. 1:13 on the clock.
Second biggest play of the night for Calgary there, and rolling way out of the pocket, waiting for things to happen. Sometimes when you have nothing to lose, you can bust something open, and now they're on the Hamilton 37.
Here's the snap. Mayer with time stays in the pocket. It's another completion right up the middle, almost to the 25. Simone Lawrence with the tackle on Colton Hunchak, the receiver for the Stampeders. Exactly 1 minute on the clock. Stamps on the Hamilton 25. 23-10, Hamilton leads. They're up by 13. Stampeders have to score if they want to come back in this game. There's the pass. It is complete to Dan Williams. Ciante Evans, Jagera Davis, both right there, and they will bring Williams down just short of the Hamilton 15.
43 seconds left. It's a two-score game, but it's a two-touchdown game. So even if they can get a touchdown on this next play, you have to have a successful onside and then drive for another touchdown. That said, Calgary's putting together a decent last-effort drive here.
Ball in the middle of the field. Jake Mayer. Clock not on the Stampeders side. It's a completion up the middle to Milanovic Litre, and he drags Simone Lawrence, and Jovan Santos Knox down to the Hamilton 5.
Looks like Jagera Davis slow to get up in the offensive backfield there. And now he makes his way off field, but they're going to get to the line of scrimmage very quickly here. Calgary is.
Ted Laurent coming in for Jagera Davis. Jake Mayer's come in. He's gone 8 for 8 for 75 yards. Calgary needs to get it into the end zone quickly. There's a pass to the end zone. It is caught. That is caught. Ciante Evans still battling for the football, but it looks like Richie Sindani has the touchdown for the Stampeders. There's 16 seconds on the clock. This game is not over yet.
Yep, no reason not to just kick the field goal here or the extra point here, which they'll do. So 16 seconds. I wonder what the quickest onside recovery and then touchdown is, but it's going to have to probably match that if they stand a chance here. Really impressive touchdown catch. Taking another look at it now.
Yeah, Sindani able to hold on. Ciante Evans was all over that football, so good strength in the arms of Sindani to hang on for the touchdown. Rene Paredes on for the extra point. That's no problem for him. So it's 23-17. Tiger Cats lead by 6. Not as comfortable as it was about a minute or two ago, Luke.
Yep. And now the CFL is a exciting league when it comes to onside kicks because you have so much field width to work with, and that ball time just allows for a little bit more room for that kicking team to get downfield. And yeah, very exciting. It's also this is a great time to be a Ticat here too. I loved the moments that I was able to end a game by fielding an onside kick from the opposing team. That's just a fun thing to do as well. Sometimes it's a painful thing to do too.
Yes.
Depends how it plays out, but it's a great moment, and this would be the first time that Hamilton, by securing this kick, this will be the first time they have beat Calgary in I believe 12 matchups, if I'm quoting the stat right. I know that I was never a part of a win against Calgary.
Well, there was a split in 2019.
True, that's right.
But other than that, Calgary had dominated. Bo Levi Mitchell threw for 170 yards in 3.5 quarters. Jake Mayer came in and threw for 80 yards and a touchdown and has made this finish interesting. So Paredes, onside kick, kicks it to his left, and the ball up in the air. The ball is bouncing around. Who's got this ball? They're saying Hamilton got it. Hamilton got the ball. I don't know if anyone even got it or if it just went out of bounds, but Hamilton was the last to touch it. So that's the good news for the Tiger Cats that is a great play.
It was messy. There was bodies everywhere. Ackland made a play for the ball and got hit at the same moment. Really well done by Jackson Bennett to slap the ball out of bounds.
Julian
after it was in
Hauser
the mix.
was there as well.
Very impressive.
So they were just trying to get to that football. That was inches. So there's 14 seconds on the clock. David Watford will take a knee. He has been very good in his first start as a Hamilton Tiger Cat. Didn't do anything too flashy. Just did what he had to do. A lot of short passes, a lot of runs, a lot of changing things up by that Hamilton offense. And one more knee for David Watford. And he wins his first quarterback start for the Tiger Cats. And what an effort that was for Hamilton. 23-17 victory. The defense had to come up big, and they did again tonight, holding an opponent to under 20 points for the 5th time in 6 games. The defense has been the story, and another Simone Lawrence interception for a touchdown, but the Tiger Cats dominant on home field again. They just keep winning at Tim Hortons Field.
They do, and they just finding a way to do it. It wasn't pretty. The first half was a very unusual contest between Calgary and Hamilton, and the Ticats just all around, again, playing some really complimentary football, battling away at field position until something gives, keeping the advantage in the turnovers. David Watford securing the ball, doing his job very well. Really, really proud to see that team come out tonight and end up, after a long game and a long stretch of nothing happening, end up really dominating when it came down to it in the fourth quarter.
Dane Evans giving David Watford a hug. Let me ask you, Luke, the offensive game plan for the Tiger Cats, what did you think of it tonight?
I was very pleased with it, and as I leading into this game this week, I thought and I hoped that it would look a little different because it needed to, and they needed to give David Watford the chance to succeed, and that's not going to look like just throwing the whole playbook at a young quarterback. They gave him a chance to do it. He does well. He was on his feet a lot, running for positive yardage. He was getting the ball out of his hand on handing it off to multiple players in the offense, wide receivers, running backs, and everybody very quickly. And when he was throwing it downfield, he did a great job of making sure that he was going to touch the ball again the next play, no matter what happened. Really impressed with a young quarterback who let his guys succeed and did his job.
Didn't turn the ball over. Taylor Bertolette comes in, hits 5 field goals, goes 5 for 5, so put the points up when they needed to. That big Simone Lawrence interception for a touchdown. We've been saying that a lot in the last couple of games. 2-0 at Tim Hortons Field this year. The Tiger Cats get their record back to 500 at 3-3. Another short week for them as they will head to Ottawa on Wednesday. We will have that game for you on the Ticats Audio Network. Big win for the Tiger Cats tonight, 23-17. They beat the Stampeders. Post-game coverage is coming up next. For Luke Tasker, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.